So with landscaping, you're gonna have to take care of it, right? It's just like a garden. It's a living thing, so you're gonna have to manage it, whether that be hiring somebody or you're gonna have to do it yourself. So my mom has a huge landscape around her house, and she does it all herself, but it does take a lot of time. So these are all things to consider whenever you're in the planning stages. So landscaping is very labor intensive. You're going to have to weed the garden or the landscape area, take out when plants die. You're going to have to take those out in the spring, get ready for new plants, retill the dirt, maybe managing any irrigation, fertilizer, pesticides. All those things go into landscape management. So, best management practices in landscaping designed to maximize plant health and produce the best results. The plants will thrive and the garden will remain beautiful and functional over time. So, landscaping, you want to retain water effectively and avoid water loss, right? That's going to save you time and money, and it's better for the environment. So, some good management practices: plant woody and herbaceous perennials in the fall. So, that's going to be like any trees and any bushes you want to really plant in the fall. In winter, while the plant doesn't have to devote energy to leaf and flower development. Use deep tilling 8 to 12 inches into the ground when planting woody plants and herbaceous perennials. This gives the roots a good chance to set. Keep the soil healthy by amending it appropriately with organic matter. Remember, we talked about soil. You've got to keep your soil healthy. Provide special attention to care to annual bedding plants. They have higher water needs than perennials. Know what your plants need. Choose slow release fertilizer. These provide more nutrients and reduce the risk of damage to plants from too much. Prune during times of drought. So if you've got a large shrub and it's July and it hasn't rained in 2 months, it's probably a good idea to prune that. So that means cut down that plant because that's going to cut down on that plant's need for water. Best management practices, they're gonna vary by region. So says stormwater solutions. Even though landscaping is usually aesthetic, meaning it looks great, it may also need to manage some specific considerations relevant to the region, like stormwater poses a significant concern to neighborhoods. So it can be used to support stormwater management and reduce the risk of flooding. Some regions, swales or intentional depressions in a lawn are used to control stormwater. So these are all things that you may have to put into your landscape. They don't sound attractive, but they can be landscaped to create a sort of creek bed. So you can do things with them that you may have to have. All right. So landscaping and heating and cooling costs. Water usage is an environmental factor. Another key is how the design relates to the interior space. Usually landscape design surrounds buildings, public or private, large or small. In some cases, how the yard or green spaces are designed improve indoor energy efficiency, especially in smaller buildings. So landscaping could provide shade for your home, reduce wind, and lower noise and air pollution. Trees are really great at that. Shade trees cut your air conditioning bill. If your home gets a lot of direct sunlight, you'll want you'll spend more trying to keep it cool. If it's well shaded, it's going to stay significantly more cooler. So it says tree shaded neighborhoods are as much as 6 degrees cooler than neighborhoods without large shade trees. That is wild. That's crazy. In the winter, landscaping can reduce cold winter winds. Trees and large shrubs can help to protect your home from winter winds. So they function as insulation and reduce your heating costs.